Here are the two coils. In one we have arrangement for electric current flow. We give it variable EMF from this place. This is sign of variable EMF. Okay. Then because of the current in this, there is always magnetic field made here. And this magnetic field gets linked to this coil also. So there is a mutual induction between the two, as we have understood in the previous lecture. Okay. Now we have to calculate what is the value of coefficient of mutual induction between the two coils. What is the fundamental formula? We are going to use it, that mutual induction is numerically equal to the flux linked with coil number 2 divided by current flowing in coil number 1, and this will be known as mutual induction of coil number 2 with respect to coil number 1. This is the fundamental formula, and with the help of this we are going to find out that on which factors M depends. Okay, we started this way. Let there be current I flowing in coil number 1. Let there be current I in coil 1. Then magnetic field produced B1 is equal to mu naught N I1, and this N is for coil number 1, so I will write it N1. This is the magnetic field produced by coil number 1, and this magnetic field when extends, this is very close by, so this is the one which is touching it. Now this magnetic field touches it, and here is the certain area of the coil with this magnetic field touch, so that produces a flux. Therefore, flux linked with each one turn of coil number 2 is, formula is B into A. Flux for one turn is equal to B1 into A, area of coil number 2. Okay, B1 A2. Then total flux linked with coil number 2 due to current in coil number 1 is B1 A2, and this is to be multiplied with total number of turns. How many are the total number of turns here? In 1 meter there are N2 turns, and in L meters there will be N2 into L turns, that will be the total turn. So I write here N2L. These are the total turns. Okay. Now I can put the value of B from here. Therefore, phi linked with coil number 2 due to current in coil number 1 is equal to N2 L B1, and B1 is mu naught and 1 I1, and this is A2. This is the flux linked with coil number 2. Now, what should be the mutual induction? Mutual induction is equal to. Now here I want to make one correction, that is regarding A2. What is A2? A2 is this area of the coil, and here we observe that this area is larger than this area. If it is larger than this area, then I would like to put here A1. Why? You see, you have to remember this thing, and this is like a quiz. If we are producing magnetic field in area A1, this, and this magnetic field is in this shape, cylindrical shape. Okay, now I put another area, this is A2, this is A1. A1 is sending the flux and this is the diameter of the A1. This is sending the flux. Now this is A2 and I put it here. Can you tell me how much area, the flux is or the magnetic field is linking with this? Is this magnetic field linking with the whole area A2, or is it linking only with area A1? Yes, your answer is it is linking only with area A1. So, what is the area of linkage, A1 or A2? Yes, the answer is A1. Therefore, I have taken it as A1, the effective area of linkage. Now, for this we make a rule. This is A2 and we note it down. The effective area of linkage is the smaller of two. Is the smaller of two. That is the effective area. Now suppose this is coil number 2. In this we are flowing the current and this is sending the magnetic field. Okay, we have this area to be linked this way. Now all this magnetic field will not be linked with it. How much magnetic field will be linked it? Only area A1. So if this is producing the magnetic field and this is the second coil, then the area linked is again smaller one, A1. If this is producing the magnetic field and linkage is to be done here, then again the area of linkage is smaller one. So whether we take magnetic field made by first coil, whether magnetic field made by second coil, the area of linkage will not change. It will always remain smaller of the two. So we have to take it A1 in any case by this rule. Please remember this. Okay, so mutual induction is phi upon current. Now phi here is this. N1, N2, mu naught, I write it, mu naught, rearrange it, N1, N2. Mu naught, N1, N2, I1 into L, divided by I1, and here is this I1 and this is A1. Okay, I1 is cancelled. So mutual induction, what is the name of this mutual induction? Mutual induction of coil number 2 due to coil number 1. So this has come to mu naught N1 N2 L into A1. Okay, done. So mutual induction coefficient depends upon what? Number of turns in coil number 1, number of turns in coil number 2, length of the coil, which is incidentally equal. We have kept it equal, and A1 is the smaller of the two areas. So if we do it the other way, even then we take this A as A1 because A1 is smaller. So we can prove that M12 will also be the same because we are not going to change this. So that will be mu naught. In place of N2, it will be N1. In place of N2, it will be, in place of N1 will be N2. In place of N2, this will be N1. Length is same for both. So area we have to take smaller. So this is this one. So you find M21 is equal to M12. If M12 is equal to M21, then we need not write 2 1 or 1 2. We can simply write it mutual induction between the two coils. So now onward we will write it only mutual induction M is equal to mu naught N1 N2 L into A1. This is one way of writing it. The other way of writing it, when we involve capital N. We know that N1L is equal to capital N1, N2L is capital N2. So this M we can write as M is equal to mu naught N1, N2, both capital, into area, small one, divided by L. This is the another in terms of total number of turns. This is in terms of turn density. So, here are the two formulas for mutual induction. This depends upon number of turns, area and the length. Now, there is a typical question asked by students. The mutual induction between the coil, how it is affected by length of the two. The length of the two. If we increase the length, will the mutual induction coefficient increase or decrease? We see both the formulas. In this, if length is increasing, M is increasing. In this, if length is increasing, M is decreasing. Then what is our answer? If the length is increasing. So remember, in physics, whenever you are seeing relation between two quantities, make sure that all the other quantities are constant. Then only you can declare your result. Otherwise, you cannot. So here, N1, N2 remain constant. What is the N1, N2? Number of turns per unit length. If number of turns per unit length remain constant, then increase the length. Mutual inductance will increase, because when you are increasing the length and per unit number of turns are fixed, then more number of turns will be added and total number will be very large. So mutual induction will be more. In this case, the total number is constant. From here to here, there are 1000 turns. If you are increasing the length, you are not allowed to increase the 1000. So what you have to do, if they are close by turns, you want to increase the length, you have to make the turns like this. This 1000 will spread to this, the length has increased. But has the 10 increased? No. So the effect does not increase. Reverse to that, if we increase the length and make this distance larger, the mutual inductance decrease. That is this. So if total number of turns are not increasing, then increasing the length decrease the mutual inductance. If total number will, if this number per unit length is kept constant and we increase the length, then mutual induction will increase because the total numbers are increasing. Okay, so this is mutual induction.